here once again, everyone. I am not surprised that this happened. I mean, I heard that they were going to make a Green Lantern series, that they were coming up with the idea of making it. But this was when this happened when it is, you see, Warner slash DC was going through their whole let's do everything woke possible to destroy us phase. They're still going through it. But right now, David Zaslav and Discovery have come in with a machete and just, cutting away at anything that doesn't make sense. Certain things they're still doing that don't make sense, but that's for another time. However, I was very shocked when I learned that they were deciding to go down the road of making this Green Lantern series, with making this series about the first Green Lantern, Alan Scott, who they retconned to be gay. Well, that didn't last long because we know where that was going. We get this article here. Gay Green Lantern series cancelled, getting overhauled at HBO Max. David Zaslav strikes again as the series will get retooled to focus on John Stewart instead of Alan Scott and Guy Gardner. Now, I like John Stewart. John Stewart is probably my third favorite Green Lantern. I've always thought the Green Lanterns were pretty interesting, but I've always liked Hal Jordan. I think he's my favorite Green Lantern. I always like Hal Jordan. And next would most likely be Kyle Rayner, because I think he has an interesting way that he uses his ring since he's an artist, so he has a more creativity with it. And then John Stewart. That doesn't mean I don't like John Stewart. John Stewart is our favorite Green Lantern. He was in the Justice League animated series, so it's happening. But if you're not sure about Alan Scott, let's take a look here at Alan Scott, Cosmic Origins of DC's first Green Lantern. This is Alan Scott here, right? And it says here, this is a good thing. If Hal Jordan can be considered the most famous Green Lantern, he was not the first human to bear the name. The title belongs to Alan Scott, the Green Lantern of the Golden Age. I was going to do with who created Alan Scott. First appeared in All American Comics number 16, published in July 1940. He was created by Matt Nodell. The Chicago-born artist came to New York in 1940 to make his fortune after meeting editor Sheldon Mayer, who told him they were looking for another superhero character. He developed the Green Lantern in a week. Alright, now let's look at his origins, or this is his original origin story. Alan Scott was a construction engineer who was traveling aboard a train for a test trial when an explosion of a sabotage bridge caused a massive train accident. Everybody was killed except Alan, who was holding a mysterious Green Lantern at the time. It turned out the lantern was a magical artifact that protected him. A voice coming from the lantern gave him mental instructions to build a power ring from the lantern's metal that allowed Alan to wield its power. With his new powers, Alan forced the saboteur to confess his crimes. After that, Alan Scott became a superhero, one of the first to put on a cape, and the first Green Lantern to take a sacred oath. And I shall shed my light over dark evil, for the dark things cannot stand the light of the Green Lantern. Yeah, and he was one of the, Alan Scott is the first Green Lantern it had on that it ever had. Decided to do that. When they do the new 52 thing, they end up rebranding him to make him gay, which made no flicking sense with the character at all. But this is what DC was doing. Let's get back to what happens to this series. David Zaslav has done it again and cancelled another DC project at HBO Max. As it is learned, the Green Lantern series is getting a complete overhaul. The Hollywood Reporter and Deadline report the Green Lantern series, which has been in development at HBO Max for 3 years and has its 8-episode script already completed, will not be moving forward, confirming rumors. Yeah, because you see, the thing about this, people will come out and say, oh, they're doing this because they're anti-gay and they're anti-that. No, these characters were never like this to begin with. 1. 2, every time you retcon some hero's sexuality. That is all it becomes about, and the wokeness just keeps getting piled on without any attempt to ever let anything breathe. And that's where people get upset. People want to see something entertaining, not have you shouting your message in their face non-stop. Kevin Smith recently doubted the series would happen when he revealed the news his own DC project got cancelled. Well, after the mess he made of He-Man and he got a second season for it, anything was possible. Writer and showrunner Seth Graham Smith has left the project. Greg Berlanti is still attached. Not having high hopes of that. The actors cast as Guy Gardner and Alan Scott are no longer attached. Finn Wittrock and Jeremy Irvin respectively. Instead of focusing on Gardner and the gay Alan Scott, the Green Lantern series will get overhauled to now focus on John Stewart, the first black Green Lantern who debuted back in 1971 in the comics and who is a Marine Corps veteran. Stewart was previously off limits along with Hal Jordan as part of a Green Lantern movie at Jeff Johns' Mad Ghost production company. But now that Warner Brothers Discovery has taken over, that's apparently all out the door. The Hollywood Reporter also adds that the new John Stewart series will cost significantly less than the preceding version, which was estimated to cost as high as $120 million and involve being set on Earth and in space, along with featuring Sinestro. If I had to guess, I'm guessing the John Stewart series will be more set on Earth, which is a lot cheaper, probably why James Gunn, Disney Plus, Galaxy, all this is set on Earth due to Disney Plus' own low budget requirements. What they mention is that the change in Green Lantern is said to not have anything to do with this week's news about James Gunn, and them taking over. It's also said that while the series was being fast-tracked and was to begin shooting last year, which obviously didn't happen, the project is now taking a slower approach to development. So it sounds like it could be a while, as again, all the scripts need to be rewritten, actors need to be recast, etc. Details for the Guy Gardner and Alan Scott within the series have been made known through the official description, character descriptions, and audition videos. Guy Gardner came off as the white bad guy, Alan Scott as the gay guy, and Brie Jata as the person of color who gets discriminated against. Oh, God. That just sounds terrible. The official HBO Max description emphasizes Alan Scott as being gay below, as does the character breakdown, as does the audition scene with the Brie Jata audition video, all about racism as well. I think this is why this could have never worked. It never would have worked. These people keep acting like they need to constantly scream and shout these things, that somehow everybody doesn't know it. People just want good shows to watch. How hard is that? Green Lantern will depict this is the description here, will depict the adventures of a multitude of lanterns, including Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Bass, and Alan Scott, Earth's first Green Lantern, who true to the comics is a gay man. That is not true to the comics. They retconned Alan Scott like about 3-4 years ago or something, so could be longer. If I'm mistaken, somebody let me know. Just so they could tick more boxes. This was never how the character was, but when you do that now, they just lose all credibility because you do nothing else with them, and they have to constantly walk around telling everybody, every second of every day, I'm gay. Don't forget this, but this person's gay, that person's gay, this person's transgender, that person's this. Come on now, man. This is just ridiculous. Anything else here? Yeah, well, he became part of the part of the New 52 edition 2011. No, because it was longer than that. But I mean, I say this, I like John Stewart. They want to do a series on him. Okay, no problem. My only concern with doing a Green Lantern series is that I hope they don't go down the road of that terrible Green Lantern movie from some years ago that I till this day have never been able to finish watching. Never. I've watched piece and I watched piece and I've gotten bored and disgusted. I haven't watched it. I don't know. To do a proper Green Lantern movie might very well, or series, might be really difficult because the way that their powers works may not be able to manifest well in a live action take. It may not. It probably could. I'm not saying that in my take. I don't think it does. Same thing. Sort of like how Mr. Fantastic doesn't ever work all that well in a live action because his stretching abilities don't work well. You need somebody who could. It works well in animation, not in live action. But bottom line, Gay Green Lantern series is done because all they wanted to focus on was making Guy Gardner the white bad guy, Alan Scott the gay guy, and bringing somebody else who was supposed to be the person of color who's constantly discriminated against. People have no idea what they're doing, and this is the nonsense that they were planning to do. Goodbye and good riddance. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, or if you haven't already, ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.